Brought to you each week by Pure Alkaline Water, Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.
Guam's IRIE FITZGERALD will be representing Guam in the Toyota USA National Surfing Championships at Trestles Beach in California, June 19th through the 20th. The event is universally regarded as the highest level of competition for junior surfers in the U.S.
When I got the news, I recently just came back from a trip from California. I was really happy because before COVID, I was actually selected to be in the finals because I was top 5. But since COVID happened, they couldn't hold the competition. So I never got the chance to do it last year. But I'm just very happy that I got selected again and I have the opportunity to try it.
IRIE plans on leaving Hawaii on the 13th with the competition scheduled for the 19th through the 20th. FITZGERALD will be training with one of her coaches from California, Ryan Simmons.
Me and my dad would do heat strategies like competition, practicing, and like pretending like I am in a competition for like 15 minutes out there and just work on things that I never got the time to work on, like new tricks and things that I had problems with. It just helped a lot, actually. I feel like COVID made me progress, and that's what helped me in these recent competitions.
She will be representing the island in the shortboard contest for U18 female surfers. There will be participants from the West Coast, East Coast, and Hawaii. This year's event will be held at Trestles Beach in California.
Trestles is probably one of the best waves in California, in my perspective, for like competitive and like shortboarding waves. It's a split peak, so it breaks both directions. It'll break in the middle and go both ways, and it's a really long wave, and it can be like as good as a wave pool. That's how amazing it is there. And it's pretty much like a breeding ground for professional surfers. That's how great that wave is.
Most of the girls in the competition compete in junior pro events and QS 1000 events.
Saying that I was selected to be in the USA Championships is already a big deal, and me competing against girls that are in a higher level will definitely get my name out. And it just goes to show that I feel that they can, wise organizations saw that I progressed in my surfing, and hopefully I can show people over by the competition how well I can surf.
IRIE is thankful for her sponsors and most especially her parents who have supported her throughout her young career.
Without my parents, I probably wouldn't even be here today. It all started with me telling them that I enjoyed surfing, and they dedicated everything about their life to just give me the opportunity to go surf, and I appreciate that so much.
Guam's Little League Baseball Stars ended their season with an all-star game held at the Guerrero Field. 5 teams made up this year's season, with players from each team split into 2 all-star teams. The all-star weekend was played in a 3-game series, thanks to the coaches, parents, and volunteers who all gave their time to help with this year's league.
A lot of anticipation in the beginning. The kids were anxious to play. Everyone was anxious to come out. So, of course, with the COVID, we had to get authorization for puppy health. In addition to whatever plan they had for us, we also had to check with Little League International for their mitigation plan. So if you looked out in the field, you have the umpire behind the pitcher. So no umpire behind the catcher.
Because of the pandemic, Guam will not be having their regional tournament to determine who from the Asia Pacific region will be going to the Little League World Series. The international teams will not be part of the games, only teams from the U.S.
Little League organization basically is a volunteer organization. We're always looking for volunteers to join our group. Our group right now just consists of 5. For the most part, Steve Munia was one of the umpires, Steve Guerrero, the district administrator, myself, um, Rosales, Rosanna Castro, Angie Gumatauto, and Mariana Kinata. Angie and Mariana pretty much are handling the front where they do the temperature check and questions for COVID or contact with COVID.
In MMA news, Frank the Crank Camacho, along with his coach Cookie Alvarez, were involved in a multiple car crash in California. As a result of the injuries he sustained in the incident, it has forced him to no longer fight in his upcoming UFC bout, scheduled for this Saturday against Matt Frivola. Camacho this morning told KUAM that he is thankful for life, that he's good to go, and literally living to fight another day. Crank also said, "Please hug those you love a little tighter today. Prayers to Frank and a speedy recovery." Let's check out highlights now from the McDonald's All-Island game from the FD Phoenix Center. Frank the Crank Camacho was scheduled to fight Matt Frivola at UFC 263 this weekend. Camacho was scratched from the fight card after getting injured in a multiple car crash on the 405 freeway in California.
2 days already after the accident. Man, if anything, the adrenaline is all worn down, and man, I'm like physically, I'm pretty like wrecked. Like no broken bones, head is good, but we got an MRI and just got got like 3 or 4 herniated discs on my neck. Yeah, I don't know the names of C4. I don't know what they were, but aside from the physical side of the soreness from the accident, dude, I feel mentally, spiritually, and emotionally freaking stoked, man. Like we dodged a huge bullet. You know what I mean? Like I could not be on this freaking Zoom call right now. You know, like from the type of like 4 or 5 car accident that happened on Monday. Dude, it was wild, bro. It was wild. Like it was so wild that a car like flew over our car.
This is the second time Camacho has been unable to step into the octagon because of outside the cage issues. In 2020, he tested positive for COVID, and now the injuries he sustained in the crash has sidelined him once again.
Man, I'm so stoked on life and super grateful. And I just got to San Diego with I finally see with my wife and my daughter. So I'm just super happy, man. I'm high on life right now, and you know what it is. I think it's perspective. The glass is always half full, and the way that accident went down, me and Cookie could be coming home in a box. One little turn, or if I pressed the brakes just a little bit more, it could have been us getting out of that car pile versus me or a Cookie having to drag each other out under cars.
The time away from his family and money spent for training camp, the banging and beating of his body could have all been taken away in an instant. Crank says coach and cornerman Cookie Alvarez has been there since the beginning. Cookie was there and coached him when he needed him most.
He came out to California, and we're going to go to Irvine for one of the biggest fights of my career to corner me and to coach me, when really he came and he coached us for life. Like he really coached us through living through life in those split seconds, and felt like the Matrix in there. When we got whacked on the side, our car, we were losing control, and I don't know if it's Cookie because he's seasoned motocross veteran and one of the best from the Marianas, but I just remember boom, losing control and having to steer toward the turn so we wouldn't spin out of control. And he was like, control, crank, stay focused, baby, stay focused, stay focused. Just really, really blessed, man, to have that guy come at the time that he did, and everything, like it really, someone like, the man upstairs was definitely watching over us on Monday.
Sports Link brought to you each week by Pure Alkaline Water, Mariana's Irrigation and Landscape.